Good morning. I'm never sure when this thing is on or not. Cheers. God, that's hot. Sorry I wasn't around last night for the giveaway. I got waylaid with something, so forgive me. So we'll get on and do the giveaway for the tools for the workbench, the carver set, 12-piece carver set. For working with fillers and putties and so on and so forth. I couldn't find my wheel again this morning, my bingo wheel. It keeps going AWOL. But to be fair, probably wouldn't have got it on the bench anyway. There's so much paint and figures and stuff here. Civilians and stuff, so we'll do something else. Here's the latest civilian. She's starting to look quite nice. Just a little bit of red on the blouse and her shoes to do. Then she'll be ready for a wash. So I'll get that done today. I'm going to have a good go at this guy as well today. As you can see, I've base coated the sleeves of the shirt on this guy with Creme Weiss from AK Interactive. It's my base color of choice at the moment for sort of white shirts and stuff. Is cream white, and then maybe do first highlight of ivory and final highlight of pure white. Same as what I did on sleeves on that guy, cream white. These have had a wash now. Before the juice all the other day, they've all had a wash now. That's why they're shining a bit. So they're ready for some highlights. So anyway, we'll get on and do the draw for the wax carver set. 11 of you in the draw. They all are. So as I've not got my wheel, that's bugging me with that too. I've got so much stuff here, it's ridiculous. So what we've got is ace to jack, 1 to 11. So what I'm going to do is just give them a good skid through. I think that will do us. That is number 7. Who is number 7? There you go. Alex Price, you have won the wax carver set. Funny how things turn out, isn't it? I do believe it was it Alex that won last month? I know he has won, but that's just the luck of the draw. Bit of dirt there. That's just the luck of the draw. Just the way it goes. All the fun of the fair. So there you go. Alex Price, you have won the wax carver set. You can never have too many tools on the workbench. So, ouch. The only other thing I've got to say is, in response to a question by VK, who was saying, a very thought-provoking question, a question which I have thought about numerous times, and that question is, what's going to happen to your miniatures when you're no longer here? A very interesting question, which I've thought about numerous times. Now you could go down the road of thinking, actually, why am I bothering? Because I'm putting in all this work, and at the end of the day somebody else is going to get my miniatures. Which is right, somebody else is going to get your miniatures, but you can't think like that, because if you thought like that about everything, you wouldn't do anything. You wouldn't do anything. So it's no good, you can't think like that. You've got to look at it and think of all the different things it does give you, like gaming, collecting. It's relaxing, you know, it's I find it a good stress buster. You learn from it, you learn about the history of all these types of things you're painting. There's so many different things you gain by it. But you do have to give it some thought. What's going to happen to my miniatures when I am no longer here? Because it's going to come to us all eventually, sooner or later. I was sort of hoping in my case they'd make an exception. But anyway, my opinion on this is, because I've thought long and hard about this, even before the question was raised, I thought long and hard about this. Firstly, it would be very foolish not to make a will. My auntie, bless her, never left a will. She died at the ripe old age of 92 and lived in a tumbled down old cottage in Devon. Used to keep her milk in a pan outside the back door because she had no fridge. She wouldn't entertain a fridge. It's only the last couple of years of her life she got a TV and a telephone, believe it or not. Yeah, never made a will. Lived like a pauper. I don't know why. And when we went through the house and did all the paperwork, we found out she was worth just over $500,000. Which, okay, she didn't make a will. That benefited me because I got a little bit of it. And trouble was there was so many descendants entitled to a bit of it, and when you get you pay your death duties and all that business, and then you pay the grasping solicitor because they're going to string it out for all it's worth, wring the maximum out of it because they're grasping old bastards. So, alright, I got a few quid and I'm very grateful for it, but I was never going to buy a yacht and sail to the Bahamas, put it that way. Or you know, move to the Cayman Islands. That was not going to happen. But it just proved that it's very foolish not to make a will, really. So you should do that, and you should stipulate in your will what's going to happen to your miniatures. Well, that's what I've done anyway. Now you could, if you've got a family member or relative that's into wargaming, that's great, just leave it to them, it's fine. But I haven't. Outside of that, you've either got to, my thought is you've either got to leave it to a good, well-established club who will use the miniatures for what they're intended, for the purpose that you painted them for, or excuse me, or you can leave them to a serious and dedicated wargamer. That's my sort of thought on it. And you've also got to think really not only about the miniatures, but about your workbench as well, because most of us that sort of paint these as a way of life, we have a reasonably substantial workbench. I'm losing my voice again. Drives me absolutely crazy, all this. I made an appointment a couple of days ago to see a doctor. Yes, we can get you to see a doctor, 27th of the month. I mean, come on, we're going back to the dark ages. By the 27th of the month, I could have flown to Africa, consulted a witch doctor, and flown back again. Anyhow, most of us have a substantial workbench of one kind or another, so you've got to think what's going to happen to that as well. So I've planned for that as well. Somebody is going to get my workbench and all the tools that entails, which is considerable, I have to say, it's considerable. I'm constantly got my eye out for tools that are going to be useful in what I'm doing. The latest thing I bought was, which should be handy before long, bending pliers for photo etch parts, because I've noticed quite a few kits I've got here, they've got photo etch in them, so they're going to be handy. So all these tools over time, they do mount up, so you have a substantial workbench, you have a raft of brushes, paints, boxes of paints. I got about, last I counted, I got about 500 things of paint here of one company or another. I mean, it's all got to go somewhere when you're no longer here. And you need, my personal thought is, you need to delegate it to somebody, because as far as the miniatures goes, certainly, I would hate to think that when I'm no longer here, my miniatures end up in a charity store. I would hate that thought. I would hate that thought. You know, and they all get knocked, all the hours you put in painting the things, and they're in a charity store and they get knocked about. And no, I would hate that thought. So you do need to think about it. He's right, VK is right. You do need to think about it. Give it some thought. And my answer is, like I've said, make a will, stipulate in your will. You know, Fred Bloggs is to get this, and Joe Smith is to get that. Obviously, if Fred Bloggs or Joe Smith dies before you do, then you've got to rewrite the thing. But providing they're still around, that for me is the answer. You gotta, think about it and delegate these things, and you can rest easy then, can't you? You're going to know that all your hard work is going to go to a good home. Because a lot of you out there got way more painted miniatures than I got. I'm relatively new to this hobby. You know, I've got all the 1/72 naps that I've painted, and quite a few British Airborne now. And hopefully I'll have many more figures painted by the time I'm finished. But yeah, they've all got to go somewhere. And all the stash pile as well. You've got to think about that as well. Who's going to get the stash pile? In my case, that goes with the miniatures. The miniatures and the stash pile go together to a delegated person. It's yeah, a very good thought-provoking question, but one I had thought about numerous times. But yeah, don't go thinking, why am I doing this? Because somebody else is going to get all my hard work, which it's true they are, but you can't think like that, because you wouldn't do anything otherwise. Life is too short to think like that. Anyway, that's just my thoughts on that question. Alex Price, there you go. You've won the Carver set. Thanks to everybody for watching. Any new subscribers out there, thank you for subscribing. That's fantastic. I'm gonna put some laundry on now, back to real life, and I'm gonna have a go at these civvies again. Sorry I'm late. What I said last night, I'm now this morning, but such is life. So hopefully, all being well, possibly see you Saturday. Hopefully from somewhere different. I'm going to check out the location tomorrow and make sure I can get a signal from there where I'm thinking of going. We'll see. See you on the next one.